So apparently Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa are missing the All-Star game for personal reasons and to rest up for the second half. We're going to go ahead and show their interviews in just a second, but a lot of people, they just don't believe them. And we'll talk about why in just a second because, yeah, people are being harsh, but also they have a point. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If this is your first time on the channel, we do this every single day, so don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And if you're going to any baseball games anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off your entire order. Let's go ahead and get the walk-offs out the way. Cleveland did not lose 10 games in a row. Thank God. So they were facing off against the Kansas City Royals yesterday. You have Whit Merrifield driving in the first RBI of the game, and then Carlos Santana, former Cleveland baseball player, and Hunter Dozier, they make it 3-0 against Zach Plesac. I was happy that Plesac was back on the bump because our rotation has been decimated. Bobby B, he gets the scoring started for Cleveland as Danny Duffy only allowed that one earned run in a pretty solid start yesterday. And then Roberto Perez, I was actually watching Black Widow, so I didn't get to watch this game live, but if I was watching live, I 100% thought he was going to strike out. He hits a 3-run home run to grab the lead back, and then Carlos Santana, he ripped my grandfather's heart out because my grandfather was watching live, and then the Franmil, they walked Jose Ramirez to get to Franmil Reyes. Why would you do that? He now has 14 home runs and 38 RBIs and just 165 at-bats. That is legendary. The second and final walk-off from yesterday, you have the Padres facing off against the Washington Nationals in San Diego. Trey Turner, he kickstarts the scoring with a home run, and then he ends the barrage of scoring from the Nationals with a 2-run bomb in the 4th inning. The Nationals put up 8 different runs, and then Fernando Tatis with this home run, I love the fact that he just puts the bat down and runs, so he really saves the showboating and the flexing for when he's winning. He understands that it's about trying to make the comeback, not about the bat flip when he's losing by 7 runs. You have Myers with a bases-loaded walk, and then one of the most insane home runs in the history of baseball. Camarena, the rookie relief pitcher, hits a grand slam, and then Fernando Tatis, he gets to take advantage of Josh Bell's horrible defense at first base, as well as Tommy Pham. They come back to tie it up, and Jake Cronenworth saves the game with this catch as Grisham, he walks it off in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Tatis in his last 130 games, I can't believe I'm saying this, he has 45 home runs, 105 RBIs, 31 stolen bases, a 176 OPS plus, and he is the youngest player ever to have 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases before the All-Star break, and the first shortstop to ever do that. The Dodgers were finishing off with their daddy, the Marlins, yesterday, and Jazz Chisholm, I thought for a moment that Miami was going to pop off for a few runs because of this second deck home run, lefty-lefty off the bat of Jazz, but then Chris Taylor, he comes back to tie it up, and then Matt Beatty leads a 5-run 5th inning for the Dodgers as Julio Urias gets his 11th win already of the year. He goes 7 innings with 1 earned run on 9 strikeouts, and the Dodgers are 1 game back of the San Francisco Giants, and honestly, I don't really remember much from the Giants the last week. They've kind of just been playing baseball. I don't know if they've been good or bad. I just can't remember. Actually, I do want to ask that question. If you're a Giants fan, let me know in the comment section down below. How confident are you going into the second half? Are you going to keep the lead, or do you think the Dodgers and the Padres are going to rip it away from you? All right, let's talk about the A's versus the Astros because these two teams are going to be battling for first place in the American League West. We have Matt Olson, who will be in the Derby, driving in an RBI on this double, and then he scores on a Jet Lowry little jam base hit up the middle, and that was it for scoring up until the 7th inning because Lance McCullers, yes, he allows those 2 runs, but he was pretty good, 8 strikeouts in 7 innings, and Frankie Montas almost goes 7. He allows 1 earned run on 10 strikeouts, and the A's bullpen, they hold the Astros to 1 hit in the final 2 innings, and they win 2-1. Now, I just want to mention that Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa, they were both selected to the All-Star game, but they're both going to be missing it, and I want you guys to watch this and let me know, do you think that they're telling the truth, or do you think that they just don't want to be booed on a national level? It could be both.
I really want to thank everybody that voted for me, that believe in me, and I really need this 4 days. I'm putting my team first because I really think we have a chance to win this year.
I'm grateful for everybody that voted for me to be in the All-Star game. Baseball means the world to me, but I want to be with my family this time, especially with my wife. Spending this time with her is our first child, so I need that time.
The Phillies versus the Cubs. Oh no, if you're a Chicago fan, you might want to plug your ear holes. Brad Miller hits a home run in the 3rd inning, and then he does it again in the 5th on a 2-run home run as Zach Eflin was electric. 6 innings of scoreless baseball, ends up with 5 strikeouts, and then Brad Miller does it again. 3 home runs, 5 RBIs on the day, and then Didi caps off an excellent offensive performance from the Phillies. And pretty much overnight, the Chicago Cubs have turned into legit sellers. They've probably been thinking about it, but now that they've lost, 11 of their last 12 games, they're probably not going to make the playoffs. I think they have a 7% chance of making the playoffs. I fully expect Kris Bryant to get traded, and in my opinion, I think he's going to end up on the Mets. Could you imagine being a Mets fan in the span of about, 7 months, you get Francisco Lindor and Kris Bryant as your third baseman and shortstop of potentially the future? What the heck? So let's talk about that other New York team, shall we? The Yankees were facing off against Seattle, and Kyle Seager does not mind lefty-lefty matchups as he goes yards to dead center field. You have J.P. Crawford showing off the Gold Glove defense. He saves Logan Gilbert early on, and then Dylan Moore, he wants more on this 2-run shot, and Seager off the back foot makes a spectacular throw in the 5th inning as Logan Gilbert, oh my goodness, 1 hit, 0 walks, 8 strikeouts in 7 innings. He was on top of his game. See, that's what I'm talking about with Logan Gilbert in that rotation. If they can add another pitcher with Marco Gonzalez, and if Kelnick can come up and do his thing, the Mariners can be good in the next season or two. You have Mitch Haniger hitting home run number 19, and then the bullpen comes in for 2 no-hit innings. Well, I guess they hit DJ LeMahieu, and DJ was not happy. He was chirping at the pitcher, and then the chirping actually lasted until the post-game when Rougned Odor was saying some things. Gary Sanchez was going back and forth, so kind of entertaining, even though the Yankees got shut out. I am so upset that Cleveland gave this guy away for pretty much nothing. Eric Haas, out of nowhere, has 13 home runs and an almost 140 OPS plus for the Tigers. You have Tariq Skubal. His perfect game was ruined in the 5th inning, and the Twins, they turn a double play in the 6th to keep the game close. And I think AJ Hinch, he left in Skubal a little bit too long as Sano ties it, and the Minnesota Twins score 3 runs in the 7th inning. So yeah, the Twins and the Tigers have both been playing decent lately. We have the Brewers versus the Cincinnati Reds. Milwaukee goes up 2-0 without a single ball leaving the infield, and Adrian Hauser, he struggles through 4 innings, but he does go through 4 innings without allowing a single earned run. 2 wild pitches later, and Tucker Barnhart driving an RBI. The Reds take the lead, but then Keston Hiura, he ties it up on a double, and Avisail Garcia now has 54 RBIs courtesy of his 16th home run. He's having a very underrated season, and I think that honestly, he's going to be a staple in that lineup going forward. And I haven't heard anything about Yelich, really. He's kind of fallen off, right? I mean, if we take a look at his stats, he still has an above average OPS plus, but we rarely talk about Christian Yelich anymore, which is sad. And the last but not least, before we talk about this day in MLB history, trust me, you're going to want to stick around for that. You have Dom Nunez and Chichi Gonzalez making it 2-0 for the Rockies. Now, momentarily, I thought the Diamondbacks might be able to make a comeback. They had some dog in them yesterday on this Van Meter home run, but that was short-lived as the Rockies go off for 6 runs in the 6th and the 7th inning combined. And Ryan McMahon, I just want to mention, he has 16 home runs and 47 RBIs. That is pretty good. His OPS is hovering around 107. So he's been really good offensively. Defensively, he's been even better. He's in the top 5% in terms of outs above average, and he has 13 defensive run saves already. If you did that in a full season, you're considered elite. He did that in 1/2 of baseball at second base and third base combined. He might win a Gold Glove or 2. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe for more. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself $20 off your entire ticket order. Stay safe out there. Thank you all so much for your support. I could not be doing this without you guys. I really appreciate it. Also, all of your motivation on Twitter. I've officially lost 20 pounds, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm proud of myself, and thank you guys for the motivation, and enjoy this day in MLB history.